Today's adventure brings us to the Lagrange Biblical Life Museum. And let me take you for a look. Right now we're going inside a nice period hut here. You get to sit on one of these benches.
This is the ladies' side over here, and the men's side over here.
Okay.
No audio or video, please. Puts a white flag out on the tent to announce to all the travelers, I have a marriageable daughter. At 13. Okay, so when she marries, her husband moves into the tent with her. The tent belongs to her. That's only right. She put all the work into making it, right? Yeah, okay. When Isaac married Rebekah, she didn't bring a tent, so whose tent did they move into? His mother Sarah's tent. The tent belongs to the woman. Is that fair? Okay, now, the tent is kind of like the Bible's mobile home. You're going to take it down and move and then put it back up again. So they don't sew the corners together. They don't sew the wall to the roof. They pin those. It's easier to take down and put back up that way. Okay. Well, somebody has to do that. Whose job is that?
The man's.
It's her tent.
Really?
In Judges chapters 4 and 5, we read the story of Deborah, the judge. There was going to be war, and she wants Barak, he's the army general. She wants him to lead the army. Well, he should, right? And he says, well, let's see, makes hot tea. Okay. When company comes, though,
We're moving to a different location now. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. Take a picture. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's also some water over there. And here's a different tent.
okay, come on around. Remember, I graciously volunteered to demonstrate for us. She's going to lift this pose. Now, this might be a Kodak moment, so get your camera out. Okay, not yet, because we want to give her a chance. Don't make her hold it long. Get your camera out, okay? You ready? All right. Rosie, straight up. Look at that! You see that? You can do it, couldn't you, Rosie? You'd want help with the whole thing, but you can do it, couldn't you? Isn't she a gracious volunteer? Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Why go back out again? They have to have a place to put the sheep at night to protect them from the predators. Sometimes the little guys will ask me, can he just drag it through the opening there? And I know the answer to that. Not if I'm the shepherd. Anyone? No? Okay. Well, I have a story for you then. There's an ancient Israeli myth that says...
I want to go see the rocks.
Here are limestones that came from the limestone rock quarry in Auburn, Alabama.
Walking up the hill. That's the cross. Go up here a little bit more. This is the tomb area that he was just explaining.
That must be some kind of where they lower it, lower the body. Yeah, I wonder.
And there's all kinds of artifacts inside these little walls here. That looks like there used to be a little bird's nest in there. This is one of the tombs where they're buried. Those aren't real bones.
I think this they said they would have a meal.
They would have a meal here in this room. And then there's the other part of the tomb.
Yeah. Oh, that's where they
They would have a great meal here. And then up this way, these steps. We have pretty little pictures in here. There's a water pump, water wheel over there, and this is the view from, that's my tour group down there, from way over here. We were just right down there. And then right here, as we go up these stairs to this little little hut. And then right down there is my tour group. Over there are the gardens. Back down we go. Here at the Bible Antiquities Center in Lagrange, Georgia, and that's pretty right there.
At the ninth hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice, Eloi! Eloi! Lama sabachthani? Which being interpreted means, I hear on the threshing floor. I put my grand... We won't hold it against you. Okay. Okay, this is a little more like sweat, doesn't it? Where's Rosie? She's strong. I'm kidding. Heavy?
We're about to go do a food review here. Okay. We're going inside to do a food review. They're going to feed us, and we're going to do a food review. So we're back in the room. We're about to get special instructions on what to eat.
I'm not going to tell you where to sit, but if you want to sit next to somebody, you have to follow them. I forgot that part. Just keep on coming around. So you have the chair here.
Okay.
Yours is this second plate here. So yours is the first green one here. Okay. Yours is the second green one. Okay. Just keep on coming around.
Right-handed or left-handed? I'm right-handed. Good. We ought to get along with this one here. This one's right-handed. This one's left-handed. She's always right-handed.
Yeah. The beige one is yours. We might have to. The beige one is yours. Yes. Bless Baruch is a two-way word. When I think of blessing, I think of Lord bless me, bless my health, bless my family, bless my meals, bless my pocketbook, stuff like that, right? That's blessing coming this way. In Psalm 103, it says, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. That's praise and adoration directed toward God. In the Jewish home, they don't ask a blessing, they say a blessing. So we're going to start with the blessing of the cup. It's to the right of your plate. If you turn your cup right side up for me, we have grape. Who else wants water around here? You know it? Okay. You help us then.
Oh, okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech haolam Borei pri Hagafen. And instead of saying amen, you take a sip. Put that down.
We just got the